Okay, first something you may notice in the parliament sitting. First something is there's no time limits. There's no time limits. People are talking too long. Questions are taking too long, longer than they need to be. There's too many mauswara going into the questions, and the answers are even longer. Like one simple answer, I will go round about all over the country, look and make the answer. I don't know if Parliament has time limits on each speech. Like when you watch, say, the US Congress, right? When people are speaking, the speaker interjects, says, "Your time is up, General Lady, Gentleman, your time is up." That should be the case in Parliament in Papua New Guinea too, because there's just going on and on. 2 hours, I'll start at 2 o'clock, now finish at 4 o'clock. And how many questions did they deal with? Probably four questions, 5. It's just not good enough. So I think Parliament, you need lo ting law. Put some time limit law. How long you ask him more question, how long you answer more question. Go up straight to the point. Maskilo mauswara to mas. Just get to the point. Second, something you're noticing. These people are excited to get back to Parliament. Excited. It's like, oh, things are getting exciting. What a useless observation. It's a waste of time. Just get to the point. Talk about what the question is. Say your question and answer the question. Otherwise, talk about how you are feeling. We don't really care. We want you to address the issues that are important to the people of Papua New Guinea. So please, all parliamentarians, pull him socks. People want to act like you style people house man. Katim talk hurry up. Inablo mangi all side. Baby sense talk yeah, lose him. Anyway, first question by John Kalpa. Good question. Excellent question. Asking the government what's happening with investigations into Black Wednesday, he called it. I agree. Black Wednesday. Glitch Wednesday, or some people. Prime Minister called it Ugly Wednesday. Whatever it is. We need some answers on what went wrong. To this day, things are not clear. Was it a glitch? Was it a pay cut? Was it a tax? What was it? So, some of the question, maybe I'm ignorant to them, but there needs to be some answers. And then what's the investigation going on? Who started this misinformation that they were being taxed, if that was a misinformation? The leaders of the police hierarchy, not the police hierarchy, they are police hierarchy too, but police association, because the police association, the leaders endorsed the sit-in protest or the day off that the police took, and the leadership in the police association or whatever the union is, they have to answer when there's something like this. There's a pay deduction or some glitch or whatever. Legally cut lo pay you want. Or leaders, you supposed to boom on them, ask a question, what happened? Find out first what happened. Go to street, direct to street now. So there was a comment made by one of the MPs. The comment made with, is there something else going on that people are not so long and but it might come out along the way? Or it can't be just like a glitch in the system. That's too elementary, and I agree with that. Okay, so great question. Unfortunately, the answer was too broad, and I understand from the answer that the question that there's some high-level investigation by a former judge that will be led by a former judge. Now, it sounds to me like another inquiry or whatever it is, those quasi-judicial investigative bodies that are going on. I don't think you really need that, all right? I think the police can just investigate, or ICAC or some existing investigative body. It's like every time people are wasting money, cooking, building a street, cause not a problem, we are spending even more money to ask questions that will not be answered really at the end. So this spiral of causing problems, investigating, spending more money, and not really solving anything, it has to stop. Anyway, so we hope that we get better answers down the line regarding Black Wednesday. Number 4, observation by me. Question by Governor Baird is very, very relevant. Very relevant, and was the most powerful and important question of the day. And it's important the most important question of the day. and most important question leading up to VONC or any thought about government, because it shows that there is a question about a promise that was made by the government and what have they been doing, or what have they done about their own promise. And it's a fair question to ask. The response by Prime Minister, unfortunately, well, it's not complete. He said he's going to respond by, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday or something. Now, this is the thing about government. If you make a promise, all right, any MP, if you're making a promise to a lot of people to play you, you should keep track of your promises, and you should keep track of your progress on how you are tracking in regards to delivering that promise. And the people have a right to ask you, maybe through the elected leaders or through the press, but people have a right to ask any government, how are you tracking with your this promise that you made? And you should be ready to answer them. If we get some hazy and general answer again on Wednesday and Thursday, it will be quite disappointing, because when you promise 1 million jobs, and now in Prime Minister's answer, he seems to be trying to redefine what it means to have a job. All right. My question was, at that point in time, was that what he meant at the time he said, or this new government said, we're going to create new jobs? Did he mean what he's saying he means now? Okay, so it may be what do you call it, a deflection, or it may be, well, that's what we meant at that time, and we are consistently talking about it now. So good question, Governor Blumi. Hopefully we get some good answers. Otherwise, that's a good question to see where this government is at the moment. Is it tracking along? Is it progressing in its own promises or not? Okay. Last one, because something you may and vote of no confidence. So you may understand now also, I think Speaker and talk also by what's the Parliament, they introduce him. No Parliament, sebelah opposition member will file him motion blongol or office blongem, and it's going to go now through the process, which I'll speak to probably in another video, but it's going to be very interesting. Disappointing thing about today is that there was some disruption going on. Like, my children were advised not to go to school today because of VONC. The ignorance in the country is so bad that we are shooting ourselves in the foot. When there's a VONC, there has to be at least 7 days between notice time and then the actual motion being passed in Parliament, and thereafter the actual voting. There has to be some debate in between. Okay, so time me also VONC ba come up. It's not like first day yet, but VONC ba come up now. You know what actually was, and then nothing's happened today. It was a very uneventful day. Parliament normal question time, and they just got excited about getting together again. Houseman or story blong also. This like misinformation cause you meal or disrupting life being there, because you know Parliament. Let Parliament do their thing. Let them all go, biting talk, camp, argue and debate with each other. Life has to go on for all of us, normal people. All right. So I mean, some reaction day one Parliament. It's interesting how things will turn out. Give me just stop now. Look. I just want to add, last little talk. No one sit down and watch it Parliament. Nothing will say. Your whole life depends on how these guys handle their business, or this ladies and gentlemen handle their business in Parliament. It doesn't. Life blue you, welfare blue you, prosperity blue you, sit down blue you, amamas blue you. It all depends lo. All decision you had working your life day to day. You work some good decision or progress in life blue you, or make yourself happy, you and your family make your life better. That's the real thing that will make your life whatever it is. All right. No one sit down with the Parliament and will life be better. I don't subscribe to that. I don't like people thinking that government will solve all our problems. So time you sit down and watching Parliament, please be sober-minded about them. Let them do their thing. Don't get too emotional about it should be this Prime Minister or that Prime Minister or this Minister or that Minister. I mean, yes, they have some impact on our lives, but they don't have the most significant impact on your life. All right, take care.